Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. That's right, we're back again with 3 booster packs of Innistrad. We're doing a little bit of a longer video for these 3 packs, just because we're doing a bit of an art appreciation video series, and just some chatting about the packs in general and what we think of them and all that kind of stuff. Also, we're looking for good stuff because this is, of course, Brad's box. Brad is one of my longtime patrons. I really appreciate his support. He sent this box to me to open up for him. All of the product from the box is going back to him. So everything that we open up here is going right back to Brad. Thank you, Brad, for sending me the box and allowing me to open it for the channel. I really appreciate it. You are a stand-up person, and I really appreciate it. So let's get right into it. We've got Selfless Cathar as the first common here. As you can see, the Avacyn logo taking the foreground here, and then of course the Cathar obviously in the background. You can see also yet another Avacyn symbol here on what appears to be maybe the staff or something along those lines. If I fail to offer myself, we will surely be overrun. My fate would be the same. So, in other words, sacrificing himself to hopefully allow others to live, because either way he's dying and he's come to terms with this, right? Kind of cool. We've got Curse of Oblivion. So just gorgeous art on this one. The hair like in the kind of like washing up into the sea there. Very cool. Give me a moment here. Just gonna put that on there so that doesn't go off anymore. There we go. And the flavor text here is, the first step to peace is to learn how to forget. You know what they tell you always? They always tell you, right? You need to forget what you've learned to be able to understand new concepts, right? Because sometimes things might not work the way that you remember or have learned for them to work. Here we've got, of course, Victim of Night, and you can see that's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood there. That's going to take more than a few band-aids, I think. And you can tell that this is obviously an Avacyn, priest or warrior or something, because the sword has the Avacyn symbol in it. There you go. And this is, of course, destroy target non-vampire, non-werewolf, non-zombie creature. Do not touch a drop. Not yet. I want to watch this so-called Slayer's last crisis of faith. Olivia Voldaren. So obviously murdered by some vampires, right? And instead of drinking the blood, they're like, no, I want to watch this poor soul bleed out and see what they think of their faith now. Somberwold Spider. You can see there. Nobody likes spiders, right? I mean, some people probably like spiders, but most people don't like spiders. This is a very strange looking spider. Its legs are very, very, very long, right? Got some interesting art on its, or like coloration on its back and stuff. Very interesting. And its flavor text is, Stensian vampires encourage spiders near their manors so they can rob the webs. So there you go. So the vampires basically have like encouraged the spiders to live near their manors so that they can like essentially steal this the stuff from the webs that the spiders essentially like leave, because they can't eat it, like the gear and the gold and all that kind of stuff. Ghoul Caller's Bell. This is such a weird looking card, but it's also very cool. So you can see, I mean, this is basically just a bell in the shape of a skull. Whether it's actually a skull or not, I have no idea, to be completely honest with you. It does look like a skull. What it would be a skull of, I have no idea, but there we are. The bell's chime heralds the rise of the unhallowed from the grace and the fall of their victims into the earth. Okay. Makeshift Mauler. This is that weird thing where I was like, look at these blade, like look at the blade on this arm, right? It's like this really, it's like a scythe almost, And he's like straight up just impaled that guy. Like, this is like, look at this artwork. It's very graphic, right? It always amazes me what perfectly good things people throw away. Ah, yes. And by that they mean corpses and limbs? Is that what? I think that's what they're talking about. Spare from Evil is the next one. You can see the little, like, force field here, blocking all these murderous birds. All of the birds have red eyes, which is kind of cool. And then the flavor text, as long as we can utter a prayer or lift a weapon, we have the power to fight back. Thalia. Good old Thalia. Hey, look at this. The first card that doesn't have flavor text on it. Caravan Vigil. Very, very cool looking card. As you can see, like, just, you know, they fit the Avacyn logo in up here. You've got, of course, your caravan there and your caravan here, and you've got, like, your dudes in between, like, keeping an eye, making sure that all of the carriages and stuff are in okay shape and not getting ambushed. All that good stuff. Very nice. Then we've got the Abbey Griffin, the one where I talk about every time we see it. Like, this citadel looks very much like one of the ones from one of the lands. I want to say that it's the Kessig Wolf Run. Is that the right one? I think it's that one, right? With the red roof, the red tin roof, and then like the cathedral. I think that's the one. Anyway, this is a 2/2 flying griffin, and the flavor text here is, the darkness crawls with vampires and ghouls, but we are not without allies. By Macias, the Lunarch. Oh, good old Lumberknot. Good old Lumberknot. I've never actually looked at the art of this card. I've always just assumed it was like an ugly looking tree thing. But actually, there's a dude like chopping a log there who's about to be eaten by this tree, it looks like. This tree looks very unhappy that this dude is chopping this log. I've never actually paid attention, and so I've never actually noticed this little dude in the bottom right corner chopping this log who's about to just get like absolutely dumpstered by this giant tree. That's funny. So it's a 1/1 with hexproof, but I guess +1/+1 counters put on it whenever a creature dies, so that's really cool. And the flavor text here is, animated by geists fused in its oak, it hungers for more life to add to its core. So it's just going around like eating everything it can find to essentially increase its own, you know, power and lifespan. We've got a Hollowhenge Scavenger, another, you know, elemental tree-looking thing here, right? Look at the claws on that thing. Definitely not something that you want to find when you're out for a stroll in the fog, right? Also, I don't know what this weird little, like, light is here. There's, like, a weird, like, thing. Flavor text says, after werewolves slaughtered the citizenry of Hollowhenge. Citizenry? There. After the werewolves slaughtered the citizenry of Hollowhenge, other creatures moved in. Citizenry. What kind of word did I think I was saying? Who knows? But like, look at that little yellow thing there. I don't know what that is. Is that like its life force? Like, is that like kind of like its like power or whatever? Maybe that's what it is. I have no idea. Paraceline? Is that how you pronounce that? Paraceline? I don't know. Anyway, sorcery. Gorgeous art, though. That's like the moon. Looks like the moon with like a halo around it. I don't know if that's like something else that's like behind the moon. Like, is it another planet or something? I don't think it is. I think it's like, it's supposed to be like an aura around the moon, essentially. Really cool looking. And it says, moonlight has a way of showing all things as they truly are, for better or for worse. And our rare, Geist Honored Monk. Geist Honored Monk's a great little card. 5 mana star with vigilance, and it says its power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control, and when it enters the battlefield, you put 2/1/1 spirit tokens with flying onto the battlefield, so it becomes a 3/3. Alright, so it's a 3/3 for 5, right? But if you have more creatures, it's bigger than that, which is phenomenal. And I mean, the art here is great. Like, you can see, it's just like Are those eyeballs? They kind of look like eyeballs, but they're not. I don't think they're eyeballs. I think they're like little like beads of like spirit, essentially, or something. Who knows? There's more up here too, see? Yeah, they're not eyeballs. They're like little like spirit beads or something. Who knows what they are, but it's cool that they're like, it shows like the wall of skulls behind and they're like pulling the soul out, which is really neat. We've got a zombie token. Gorgeous art there too. Of course, the checklist card, and then our flip card, which is a Thraben Sentry, which is a 2/2 with vigilance that you can see here. Pretty alert. Lots of birds flying around. If these are the same birds as that other one had, then you got to watch out for those red eyes, right? And it flips into Thraben Militia, which is a 5/4 with trample. They get angry. They pick up weapons and they get angry. That's basically what that is, right? Basically what that is. Oh, and the flavor text on that one is, looks like it's going to be a quiet night. Don't know why it looks like it's gonna be a quiet night when you turn into a militia. And the militia says, the time for grief is over, the time for retribution has begun. Has begun! Ah, get him! Ah! We've got a Kinder Catch. A big old 6/6 for 6, 3 green and 3, right? And it just has flavor text on it, and it just says, in the forest villages of Kesseg, parents feed their children wormwood and other bitter herbs, hoping to make them less palatable to things that roam the night. So they feed them things that essentially make them taste bad, which is a scary thought when you think about it. There's actually more than one Kindercatch in this photo. As you can see, there's one like here and another one here, and they look really creepy looking. My goodness. Weird. Weird, but cool. We've got a Crossway Vampire. Of course, you know, ambushing things, right? When on a battlefield, target creature can't block this turn, so stopping things from getting in the way, right? And it's a little 3/2 for 3. And its flavor text is, do not flatter fate. It did not guide you into my clutches tonight. That was all my doing. Ah, good old vampires, you know? Always just, like, straight up, like always full of themselves, right? That's what I find. Lost in the Mist. Again, another cool one where, you know, it looks like the mist is actually coming out of this person's body, which is kind of cool. Or going into it, who knows. Counter target spell, return permanent to its owner's hand. The secrets she carried could have saved many lives, but they quietly drowned with her. My goodness. That's dark and ominous. Should have written that stuff down, you know? This is the notes to you out there. Always write down your secrets. Don't keep them bottled up in your brain, because if you go missing, them secrets gone, you know? Just gone. Now, unless it's a secret that you never want anyone to know. But if it's a secret that's like, if the knowledge that you have could have saved people, well, then what the heck are you doing, right? What the heck are you doing not writing it down? Fervor of the Bitten. So this dude done got bit on the neck and is going, you know, crazy, and they're like holding him, like trying to restrain him, it looks like. And it says, those who only believe themselves infected with lycanthropy can be as dangerous as those who really are. Those who only believe themselves infected. Oh, okay, there you go. Like, I'm totally got bit. You gotta be careful. I'm gonna murder everyone. Just calm down. Just calm down. Everything's fine. Vampiric Fury. Another little red feast here. Lots of, like, very macabre art, right, in this set, which is probably why I like the set so much. It's got that very, like, gothic art, but also they didn't shy away from, like, making things graphic, right? Like, look, there's blood all over their faces and stuff, and, like, obviously they're feasting on this person, right? Many peasants secretly admire vampires. Many peasants secretly admire vampires' glamour and elegance until they witness a moment of pure bloodlust. Oh, you guys are very elegant. Oh god, what are you doing to my blood? Deranged Assistant. Gorgeous art on this one too, like some sort of like crazy machine here with runes all over it. And the flavor text here is Garl, adjust. Garl, adjust the slurry dispensers. Garl, fetch more corpses. Garl, quit crying and give me your brain tissue. If he doesn't stop being so rude, I'm quitting. Garl, do this. Garl, do that. If he doesn't stop asking me for things, I'm out of here. Nah, to the bone. This is a gorgeous card, by the way. The art on this card is absolutely gorgeous. It's like, essentially you can see like the spirit of whatever this was, like sort of like revitalizing the forest, right? Is kind of the idea. That's what I get out of this. I think it looks gorgeous. And there's no flavor text on here, but that's okay. This is Scott Cho. Very beautiful art. Gorgeous. Alright, we've got Ghostly Possession next. I mean, if you walked in and you know, your family member or your partner was like this, you'd be like, and just close the door and walk away. That's what I would do, probably. Be like, they're just having a rough go. I'm just gonna see you later. Just see you later. Rebuke. So again, this is like a demon basically being like smote by the Avacyn, and so like that's why the symbol is showing up in light on its chest. Really cool looking art, right? And it's destroy target attacking creature, and the flavor text is no one chooses to be stitched together into a scab. If it could speak, it would beg for its own destruction. Thalia, Knight Cathar. We've got Demon Male Hauberk. Demon Male Hauberk? I don't know. That's probably how you pronounce it, and I just am butchering it. Who knows? Anyway, you can see here, this is like obviously not the best. It appears to be cutting open this person's skin and letting their blood drip out. So like, you know, it protected them to a bit, but not the most. And so the point here is that, you know, equipped creature gets +4/+2, but to equip it, you have to sack a creature. It comes off as easily as your own skin. So it's like, if you want to get rid of it, you die, basically. Disciple of Grizzlebrand. Good old Grizzlebrand. Right? Look at this guy. He's definitely got everything in order. Got his horn there. Got his book. Got his candlelight. Everything seems to be in order. Hey, dude, you've got things over your eyes. How are you supposed to see whatever you're doing? Dude. Oh, he's not listening. Maybe his ears are plugged too? Did you put straps on your ears too, man? I don't know. Who knows? The demon Grizzlebrand dared to stand against Avacyn, earning him the loathing of thousands and the admiration of a few. Arbiter Ghoul. I loved this card when this set came out. This card was great in Limited. So it's a 3/2, but it has first strike. And not only that, it says when it enters, whenever a creature dealt damage by Arbiter Ghoul this turn dies, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Great little card in Limited. Great little card. And then the flavor text, of course. Death took his humanity, but not his skill with the knife. So, it's a dead doctor being like, I'm still a doctor. Let me show you how to butcher things. He's not really a doctor, I guess. He's more of just a butcher, right? That's basically what it comes down to. And your rare in this pack is an Evil Twin. A card that's seen a reprint a number of times here. Art is still the same. You can see this guy looks pretty shocked. This guy looks pretty evil, right? That guy looks shocked. That guy looks evil. That guy looks shocked. That guy looks evil. But really, this guy back here, he's the evil one. This guy's the regular. That's the regular twin. He just always looks that way. You can always tell the evil one by the dagger he's sticking in you. I mean, that's fair, I guess. That's fair. I mean, that would be pretty evil. It would be a pretty evil sign, wouldn't it? We got just a garbage token. We got a checklist card. Ooh, Delver of Secrets. There you go. That's a nice little flip card to get. It's worth a couple bucks still, I think. Art on this is absolutely fantastic as well. You can see, like, you know, it's sort of like some sort of laboratory. But obviously a collector of many different insects and things. Very cool. Right? And no flavor text on here, but just a 1/1 for 1. But it says at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card. If an instant or sorcery card is revealed this way, transform Delver of Secrets. Oh! And we just throw the card across the room there, and it turns into an insectile aberration, which is a 3/2 with flying that can't flip back. So it just stays as a 3/2 flying unless it gets like bounced to your hand or whatever. And there is flavor text on this side, though. It says, unfortunately, all my test animals have died or escaped, so I shall be the final subject. I feel no fear. This is the momentous night. This is a momentous night. Laboratory notes, final entry. So, there you go. You can see there's all the cages still. And here is the dude. The Delver. The Delver of Secrets. Alright, what do we got next? Woodland Sleuth. Nice little 2/3 for 4 mana there. Art is really cool looking. Inspecting, obviously, the kill of this beast. Checking things out. Seeing what the deal was. Obviously, there's arrows sticking in there, so you know it was done by somebody. Right? But you can see, like, it's got like a staff there, but it's just like a tree branch almost, is what it kind of looks like. So probably some sort of, like, you know, druidess or something like that. But it's a human scout, so obviously, you know, just checking things out. And then whatever did this is near. Death revision has not yet occurred. Be alert. Because this is a werewolf and it hasn't turned back into a human. Right? There we go. Curse of Oblivion. We've seen this one already. So there you go, another one. It's phenomenal art, still just gorgeous art. Little like waves with the hair there. Of course, we got Crossway Vampire again. Right? How many cards do we have in this set anyway? 264. We shouldn't see a lot of duplicates across 3 packs, but here we are seeing a couple. Ancient Grudge. There you go. This is a card that saw a lot of play for a while there. And still sees play here and there, right? It's still a very good card. It's a 2 mana red instant that says destroy target artifact. You can see here the art, obviously, just absolutely desecrating this Avacyn relic, which is very, you know, picturesque right there. And it has flashback for 1 green. And the flavor text here is, if there's anything a werewolf hates, it's a collar, especially Avacyn's collar, the symbol of her church. I mean, that's fair, right? That's fair. We've got a Selhoff Occultist. Little 3 mana wispy. Look at that wand, or is that a dagger or a wand? I can't really tell. It kind of looks like a wand, but maybe it's a dagger? I'm not really sure. It's a 2/3. And the flavor text here is, the mist whispers to those who know it to be more than a mundane fog. Ah, hearing voices again, are you? Always. I'm always hearing voices. Brimstone Volley. Interesting little card here. 3 mana, and it deals 3 damage to target creature or player. But it says morbid. Deals 5 damage to creature or player instead if a creature died this turn. So, not bad. 3 mana, deal 5 damage to a creature or player is pretty good at instant speed, right? Pretty good. And all you have to have had is something die this turn, so there is that. We've got Manor Skeleton here. I mean, like, I think that the candle is the least of this skeleton's issues, seeing as it doesn't have eyes. So, like, how are you seeing anything anyway? Why do you need to light it up? Right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure skeletons have, like, magical sight or whatever, right? But, like, then can't they see in the dark? What do they need a candle for? What do you need a candle for, Manor Skeleton? Lungs dried to parchment, wheeze blasphemies within a cage of bleached bone. What a crazy piece of flavor text. This is a really cool piece of flavor text. Stitched Drake. We've got, of course, this is the 3/4 flyer for 3, which is great, right? But it says as an additional cost to cast a Stitched Drake, exile a creature card from your graveyard. And it's a flyer. And the flavor text here is the best scab are more the best scab are more powerful and more beautiful than the sum of their parts. The sum of their parts. The sun of their parts. What? You know, the sun. The thing that's in the sky, the bright piece. They're way more beautiful than that. Harvest Pyre. We've got a 2-mana instant here. Obviously looks like a nice pyre going up there. Looks like they maybe like built some sort of, I mean, like a pyre is generally just a stack, but it looks like maybe they built it into like an effigy almost of something. Who knows? Maybe they didn't. Maybe it's just literally stacked up as high as it could go and burning it. That's what a pyre is anyway, so, you know, it's fair. Corpses destroyed by fire from the most destructive geists. Form the most destructive geists. Interesting. So like they know that if they burn the corpses, the geists that can come from those corpses are more powerful or more destructive. So then why would you be burning the corpses? I guess it's better than them coming back as zombies or like, you know, scabs or whatever. Is that the purpose? Maybe. I don't know. Boneyard Worm. Look at that scaly dude right there. 2 mana. 2 mana for a star, and Boneyard Worm's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures cards in your graveyard. So this can get very big very quickly in the right deck. And it's only 2 mana. And then its flavor text is, the only thing it likes more than discovering a pit of bones is adding to it. So like, you know, eat some corpses, poop out some bones, you know, whatever. It's fine. Memory's Journey. This is gorgeous art, by the way, as well. Like the little like staircase path conveyor belt type thing going up the back into like the back of the skull, showing you sort of like Memory's Journey. Really cool art. The art on this card is phenomenal. I really enjoy it. I think it looks gorgeous. It really symbolizes what the card sort of is trying to get to. Very cool. Very cool. Target player shuffles up to 3 cards from his or her graveyard into his or her library. And then it has flashback for a green. Rally the peasants. Rally them. 3 mana little group of dudes here. You can see, look at all those guys. Most of them have pitchforks, but a lot of them also have Avacyn's collar on a stick. You know, just in case. Just in case, right? And then the flavor text here is, if you must go out at night, bring a mob. No, they just misheard me. I said bring a mop. Bring a mop. You to clean up all the blood that you're going to spill. They always get it wrong. They always bring all of their friends and they all die. Our last rare for this week is Heretic's Punishment. Enchantment, 4 mana. And there you go. Look at that guy is in bad shape. That guy is in bad shape. Right? No flavor text on this rare. It's just a little enchantment. We talked about this rare already, I think, during this series. I don't know what any of these little weird black marks are that are all over his skin. No idea if they're like leeches or if they're like other marks or like just maybe he's cut or something. Wolf token. Checklist token. And your flip card is Cloistered Youth. Little 1/1 for 2. That says at the beginning of your upkeep, you may transform Cloistered Youth. Just your choice. No, just you have to say yes or no. And the flavor text here is, I heard her talking in her sleep. Pleading, shrieking, snarling. It was not my daughter's voice. That is not my daughter. And then you flip it, and it becomes the Unholy Fiend, which is at the beginning of your end step, you lose a life. But it's a 3/3. And it says, the fiends tormented them by recounting the girl's memories as if some part of her remained inside that twisted shell. So, you know, basically, like, you have this person who's been possessed, right? And when it flips into this horrible demon of a thing, this horror, it's like, I remember the time you took me out for ice cream, and they're like, no, you're not my daughter. It would not be a fun experience to have, let me tell you. If your child was possessed by something, but it could still recount all of the memories that you had made with the child before it essentially, you know, passed away and was possessed, that's got to be very upsetting, I have to say. Very, very upsetting. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I have been your host, MrBevers. Thank you again, Brad, for giving me this box of Innistrad to open up and share with everybody. I hope you all enjoyed this walk through the art and the flavor text of these cards. Gives you a bit of more of a glimpse into Innistrad and how they structured it. Very cool, in my opinion. Very gothic, very dark. You know, if we go back to Innistrad, I don't think it will be as dark, to be honest with you. I think they're taming things down quite a bit these days, but hey, you never know. Different things have happened, right? Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I have been your host, MrBevers, and as always, may your pulls ever be better.